And yes, welcome back, guys, from wherever you're watching from, the northern part, southern part, the eastern part, any part of Nigeria. This is Aletheia, and we have one of Nigerians' finest entrepreneur, an entrepreneurship enthusiast, an entrepreneurship practitioner. And so he'll be exposing us to the challenges a young Nigerian faces while trying to build a business in the Nigeria of today. So hello, sir, can we meet you? What's your name?
I'm Mr. Saturday Imomotimi Charles, a father, a husband, a politician, businessman, and an entrepreneur.
Wow, thank you so much for that. So as an entrepreneur, what do you actually do? We want to connect with you on the level of what you see as entrepreneurship. So before you tell us what entrepreneurship is about, what do you do for a living?
Okay, like I said, I listed who I am. I'm a businessman and a politician, basically.
Okay.
So I'm the CEO of Bloomfree and Co Nigerian Limited, also the CEO of SECOF. And the Bloomfree and Co Nigerian Limited is a multifaceted company. We have up to 5 subsidiaries.
Wow, that's huge. 5.
Yeah, like I said, it's a multifaceted company.
Okay.
Clothing, importation of dogs, cats, cars, basically wheels. We're into gadgets and accessories. And Bloomfree Kennel and Farms, still importation, but this time it's focused on farm and kennel. When you say kennel, housing, breeding of dogs, cats, grass cutters, rabbits. We import all of them. We have local breeds, international breeds coming from all parts of Europe, all parts of the world.
This is huge for a company. Is that all?
Yeah, that's basically all.
Okay, so let me recount so the audience can get us. We have the real estate.
Yeah.
That's a Bloomfree and property.
I missed that.
Okay.
Yeah. We're also into real estate.
Okay, because
the multifaceted company.
Before you got into the interview, I had to check you out online. So let me count it for you guys. That's real estate, that's Bloomfree and properties. Then we have the Bloomfree collection, that's clothing, fashion.
Yeah.
Bloomfree Kennel, that's the whole farms, livestock, and all that. Then we also have Bloomfree gadgets
and accessories.
It
seems like you did your homework there.
I did it very well. That's part of my job. And then we also have the automobile part of Bloomfree, which that's Bloom Wheels. Then this is huge. So now that is why you're actually on this session with us, because making our research, we found out that this is one young man who is doing these different things, a young Nigerian. Looking at the economy of Nigeria now, it's and also looking at the youths now, our Gen Z generation, most persons don't even want to work. Most persons are finding it hard to start up a business. So now we want to know, how were you able to start up Bloomfree? What pushed you? What motivated you?
Okay, I'll start with my favorite quote, which I give myself. Nothing is easy in life. I tell people, once you know that nothing is easy, once you know that life is hard itself, and you start to look at it and fight from that perspective, because life is a war. Take it or leave it, we are fighting our own battles.
Yeah.
So once you start seeing it from that perspective, that nothing is easy, everything is hard, and you start looking at it from that part, you start winning. So,
okay, so life is hard, and we understand that this has been your drive.
Yes.
So to every other person watching here, easy you put your head, just start doing something. So now, what is the inspiration behind it? How did the name come about? We want to be able to understand your angle you're coming from, so that when you be telling these young persons who are watching, they'll be able to connect and probably draw energy from your story. We want to know what's made you say, oh yeah, I want to do real estate, I want to do that. What problem were you trying to solve?
Basically, the problem of demand and supply, basically, but it was inspired from, because I've been doing business my whole life, since the day I was given birth to by my mom and my dad. I've been doing business. So I got inspired by my mom, who was into trading, petty trading actually. So we're helping her out. So this is me trying to take the vision of my mom from this stage to the next greater heights, to the international level.
Okay, thank you. He drew strength from his mom. Okay, so aside that now, away from you, we want you to give us nuggets. We want you to inspire the next generation through what you're about to tell us now. What do you think a young Nigerian should put into consideration whenever him or her wants to start up a business? in relationship with the Nigerians economy? Like, what do you think they should put into consideration?
Okay, the first thing you should put into consideration is consistency. You don't know when it's going to work, so you need to be consistent. You don't need to cut through corners. Many people like shortcuts. You don't need shortcuts in business. You need to go through it. You need to face it head on. That's it. Don't cut through corners.
Okay, consistency. Don't go through corners. That means if they want to get it, they need to just walk in and go hard.
Yes.
Just like Mike Tyson. Take me, knock out, or if not, get anything out of them. Okay, so basically into student entrepreneurship, I want to narrow this question down. Looking at when I was going through your bio, I understood that you graduated from the prestigious University of Otuoke, Federal University Otuoke, and you studied economics. Now, I want to narrow this down to students. What advice can you give to a student who has little or nothing that wants to set up a brand? Because you just told us what should happen as a Nigerian, being consistent and can keep pushing. Now, there are students who don't even know where they are going to. I don't know if they are going front, they are going left, or they are going right. What would you say to those persons?
Okay, what I would say to them is, by virtue of me being an economist, uh, solve problem. Look around you. Take a look around you. Your surrounding, the room you're currently in now. We are in this studio now.
Yeah.
There's a problem here. There's always a problem somewhere. Look for that problem and solve it. And if you're able to solve it, you are an entrepreneur. And not just one, a successful one, because you get paid when you solve that problem.
Wow, I think this answer deserves a round of applause. Solve a problem. You don't hear more. They give me the gist, but they give me our thoughts. So solve a problem. That's very important. And then let's now come back to you. Money and funding is a big problem in the entrepreneurship space. How they get money to put, because let's use you as a case study. How are you able to get money, put here, and then grow into about 6 to 7 branches. So coming from a student's angle, how should they go about this money and funding part?
Okay, I would say start from where you are. Start from what you have. Even in the Bible, I think either Elisha or Elijah. Okay, Elisha, he asked the widow, "What do you have in your hand?" And when that question is thrown at you, what do you have? Start with it. For me, I didn't start today. Started a while back, even before my university days. I started what was the first? Okay, I started selling phones on the streets, getting phones from suppliers.
Like all those.
No, not that.
Okay.
I live in a community.
Okay.
It's called Patani. It's actually a local
Somewhere
government somewhere in Delta State.
Delta State. Yeah.
That's where it all started. So I understood my community,
Okay.
the environment I found myself. And there's one thing, people lack phones because they lack the ability to travel far to go and get phones, and we didn't have good phone shops
Okay,
around.
you brought the market to
No, I
them.
didn't just bring the market because I didn't have capital to start. So what I was doing was getting like 2-3 phones from my friends, my colleagues, brofts.
Okay, like
You
you
might have heard of
just
brofts.
go and say,
Yes.
give me. When the
Yes.
money come, I will give you.
Yeah, so
it's more,
I just, maybe I buy one and I tell him, Afan, I just give me like 2 extra. Before weekend, I'll pay. Then I already have prospective clients. As I'm coming, I'm just coming to show those persons. Definitely 1 or 2 is going to get.
going to buy.
And so I started from there. Then started selling to policemen, even army. In that particular community, I found myself. That's why I say identify the problem and solve it. There, I discovered that these persons, they have the issue of getting good phones for good prices. And I started like going to them offices by offices. I go to the police, go to the army, go to the market women, tell them, Mama, this particular phone like this, even if you enter or that self,
Nothing good.
if you all self, don't worry. You get, like I said, I already had the background because my mom was a good business,
was well grounded.
Yes. So from there, started working in the filling station. I'm talking about how I dealt my funding.
Yeah.
How I was able to start my company.
Yes.
So from there, still helping my mom with her business, I started working in the fuel station.
Wow.
Back there in Patani, there's a fuel station just the outskirts of town. So started working there, saving. I was working there half day, and then I was writing jam to gain admission. So I had to, then CBT just came in. So I was going to learn computer. And from there, started working in the computer center.
How many times did you write jam?
I actually wrote, I think 4 times.
Hell, jam bites you.
No, that was not the case.
Okay.
My case was one that I think every brilliant Nigerian out there still faces, which is the problem of connection. Because you might be brilliant out there. Like me, I've written jam for 5 times and I got admission the 5th time. Ask me, did I not pass the 5 jams? I passed in flying colors. The least I scored in all the 5 was 200.
Dang.
But I didn't get admission because of the system we found ourselves.
Okay,
so that way you're looking at.
Okay, so we've been able to connect now. How you got funding?
No, I've not even been able to establish that. Okay. That was where I was headed.
Okay, let's go.
From working in the filling station, now I was multitasking, working in the fuel station half day and working in the business center while learning there and assisting there, so I can be getting tips from them. Support. So from there, God bless Bakon, that's the name of Benson is his name. The computer center is back on in Patani. So because I was diligent in my service, the owner of the shop, then he was doing his NYSC, he got a better job offer. So he wanted to close down the business center. But then he looked and he said, come, I like the way you serve. I like the way you're struggling. I like the way you're working. I don't want to close this place down and sell off everything.
And he gave it to you?
No, he said, I want to make you an offer. I'm not giving it to you free, because if I give it to you free, you will not value it. So I'm giving it to you. You work. How much can you raise and pay me now? Then the other one, you're going to pay me monthly.
Okay.
That was it. That was the big breakthrough I was waiting for.
So you now started running the shop?
Yes, I started running the shop. Then this was even before WAEC. Wow. This was before JAM.
Don't pay the man.
Yes, this was before JAM. So that was that period I was writing WAEC. So after that, then the fuel station thing, then working there to start my JAM journey.
Wow.
It was actually a journey. So that was how I started, start saving my salaries and tips, and I paid the first installment and got a hold of the shop. And it was not just one shop.
How much was the first installment?
I can't remember. I have to go through my archives.
Okay.
I had to pay the first installment, then split the down. Like I said, it was not just one shop. It was a business center and a game center where you play PS2.
Oh, then it was PS2. That was the highest thing there.
PS3. Yeah. So from there, managing the 2 shops, that is how I built my funding. So when I was about entering school, I did a mistake. I know you're going to ask me a question like that. So the mistake I did, and if I'm going to go back and advise my younger self, was stopping. I stopped at a particular time. If not, I would have gone past this stage in my career. So I stopped. And why did I stop? Because I was facing this common challenge: trust.
Yeah.
Do you trust? As a young entrepreneur, one of the challenges you're facing is trust issues. Who do you trust? Because you're definitely going to employ staffs, and no matter how you do, they're going to exploit you. They're going to take advantage of you. So that at that stage, I had to pack it up, because then I finally got admission, because like I said, those 5 years I was building these businesses.
Okay.
So after gaining ground, I gained admission, going to school. Then I had to put people in place to do the business. But then they were not giving me what, when I was there, I was getting.
Yeah.
And I knew I could get better than this.
Better than what's happening.
So it means they were diverting resources. So at that level, I had to okay, let's call it a day. I came back, sold everything, came back to school. And when I came back to school, I didn't start immediately. I paused, I explored music. That was when we did Levite back in the days.
Yeah, I remember.
I could sing. Yeah, I could sing, and I played the piano a little bit.
Yeah.
So I did Levite, explored other, then I now came back. So then I already had my capital to start. So when I came back, I just started with the real estate. That was the first thing I did. Bought my first 2.5 plots. Then I was serious. Like I said, it's
buy resell. Yeah.
Buy resell. So I started with 2.5 plots. The Bloomfree estates and properties you hear about started with just 2.5
plots. You don't need plenty.
And at the 2.5 plots, I was not even able to do the documentation because I was low on funding. Then, so I had to swap down my phone. Then I was using an iPhone 11 Pro Max. I had to go and tell Groft. Groft would remember.
The same growth.
Yes. I had to go and tell Groft, Alpha, I'm having financial issues, business related. I need to sell my phone, but if I sell it, I will not have something to work with. So I want to swap it down. What can you give me? He said, okay, give me X. You will give me X and collect my level.
The hot X.
Yes, the hot X. So I collected the X, gave him. We had not even exchanged, but because of trust, and we've been doing business for a while, so he had to send me the money. I did the paperwork. Even before the day closed, as a smart businessman, I had already sold that 2.5 plots.
Yeah.
For a better price, and clients had already sent me money. So I had, before even giving him my phone,
You had a backup.
yes, before giving it, the deal had already closed. Money was in my account already.
Okay.
So I had, imagine a property I had not fully documented to myself. I only had the purchase receipt. I had already sold it for a better price, gotten funds to expand,
Wow.
and I did not have to work to sell my phone
Sell your
again.
phone.
But then I would already put it out. He had already sent me Zoom, so I only had to like call him my bro. Alpha, God don't do am, I beg.
I will send you back.
So that's
Okay,
it.
that's
how I
it.
got my phone.
That's the whole of challenges that comes from trying to kickstart a business, trying to move as a young Nigerian, trying to start, because funding is a very, very big problem. And that was how he solved this problem, trying to work for people. And now we see young Nigerians and working for people. This is the part you will have to improve in. They need to learn the fact that before you become a boss, you also have to be a boy.
Yeah.
And there is nothing bad in being a boy. That's the nugget from this story, and that's the nugget I want us to get.
Boot camp starts this August. Limited slots available. Join CJ Tech Hub and learn web development, app development, AI, graphic design, video editing, social media management, digital marketing, and more. Gain hands-on experience, build real projects, and prepare for exciting career opportunities. Register today and start your journey into tech with CJ Tech Hub.
Yes, so you've seen the contest about how to grow, how to actually seek for funding, that you work and with what is in your hands, just like Mr. Saturday said, you should use it. So, Mr. Saturday, I have this question I would like to ask. As regards the loan grants, federal government giving loan, the government supporting youths with a certain amount of money. So, do you think that is actually what the youths need? Or do you think this money at the end of the day is being wasted? Because we see a whole lot of persons get this loan and there's nothing to show for it. What do you have to say about that?
Let me start by saying I also need a grant. Government and any grant body, if you're saying this, Bloomfree and Co Nigeria is in need of a grant. Even if it wants to come in form of a loan, we need it.
Okay.
Now back to your question.
Yes, after hustling.
I feel over 70% of government grants, loans, and etc. are being given to the wrong audience because they are politically influenced to people who don't actually deserve it.
Wow.
Why do I say they don't deserve it? Because how can you give grant to somebody who does not have the foundation, who has not built a business, who does not have the structure,
have not practiced in that field?
You just give him. That's why at the end of the day, when they give people grants and all, they tend to use it for another reason. They don't last. Recently in Bayelsa State, I heard they gave 500 million to somebody. They gave 300 million to another person. Now let's go back. Are they monitoring these businesses?
Are they creating opportunity for others inside of it?
We have not even gotten to creating opportunities. The government, are they monitoring these businesses? What were the grants for them giving that business 500 million? What did the person have to show?
Yeah.
Just having the idea.
There's no policy
to recycle this bottle after using this water. It's not enough. You have to start from somewhere. If you're giving somebody 500 million, what is expected is you give the person, let's say, 10 million. Let's see what you can turn 10 million and come back and collect your 490 million.
But what if the business needs that whole money?
No, it does not need that whole money. That's what I'm saying. Like me now, if you come down to Bloomfree and Co Nigerian Limited, I take you to our permanent site. We have a permanent site where every subsidiary is stationed. Yeah. Like a warehouse kind of setting.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to show you a groundwork, a framework, So you will be convinced just by what you're seeing on the ground.
Yeah.
Now, the person they are giving 500 million to, have they seen something on the ground? That's my point.
Yeah, where is this person trying to sow this money? Is it going to germinate?
Is it going to germinate? Because definitely, if you come and see 500 million, somewhere they are putting 500 million, you should be able to hear the business idea. Not just hear, see what
Scrutinize the process.
Yeah, so now many people they give these opportunities to, they are not, I feel they are politically motivated. They divert it to people who don't have an already established
fool my brother. Make I fool
my brother. And those persons, they will squander it. Because tell me if you put 500 million into a business, that business is supposed to be generating, like employ nothing less than 100, 200, 300. I'm talking 100, 200. 500 million, a business you put in 500 million is supposed to like have staffs of like 200, a minimum of 200 staffs. That's employment.
Yes.
But now let's go back and check. That business, the government of Bayelsa State gave 500 million. Let's just check.
What can everybody just do? We'll definitely come to that. I like the way the conversation is going now. Now, do you think Nigeria is a conducive place to do business for a young person?
Yes, Nigeria is a conducive place to
do
business. Because there are a lot of problems. Like I said, solve the problems and you get paid. The person who started bottling granules, I was told, he didn't actually start by, it was not intentional for her. I forgot the name, but she did not start bottling granules, this granite company, bottling granules and selling. The first person who started it, she did not actually start by doing it. She did not just sit down and brainstorm and say, let me do it like this. No, started by a customer coming to buy granules. And the customer, like, she was looking for something to give the customer.
To put it inside.
Yes. So to preserve it, because it was a company, all these offshore, these shell workers, this kind of settings, somewhere in the southern part of Nigeria, this is our side. So at the process, say, okay, just put them for this bottle.
It will be airtight.
Yes, it will be airtight. And that was the process. So after that first encounter,
the business kickstarted.
The idea came in, and from there. So a lot of problems like that.
Solve a problem. Okay, now let's put the question directly to you. What are the opportunities you feel like the youth should go into or venture into in Nigeria today?
In Nigeria today, farming.
Bam, 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 gang, gang. So
there are different types of farming. When I say farming,
let me use Nigerian English. Go carry who enter the bush.
Yes, sir. You can start with that. Now, like I said, they are different. For me, the easiest farming is rabbit farming. That's the easiest.
Explain.
Stress-free. You don't buy feed. You just start with the minimum capital by getting a male and a female rabbit, which is called a doe and a buck.
And they mate and
yes, once you get the male and the female, the doe and the buck, you mate them, you start. You don't need to buy feed. The housing, you can start from your own house, from your backyard, you can start. You yourself, you can even knock the cage by yourself. When we were small, we used to do can. That can you do will just shelter the male and the female from there. Because rabbits produce, their gestation period is 28 to 32 days. So it takes 28 to 32 days for a rabbit to litter, and they litter between 4 to 13. Imagine, let's say every month, as long as you meet your rabbit, she will give birth. And in 4 months' time, they are due for you to like sell them off.
Okay.
Let's do the maths.
That's for rabbit. If you want intense classes on rabbit, you come and meet Bloomfree Canal and Properties. Bloomfree Farms and Canal.
Bloomfree and Nigerian Limited.
Just meet them. He's into rabbit farming, so he will treat that more. So I want to ask now a more personal question. This is to you. Throughout your time of doing business, throughout working and overseeing these 7 sectors of Bloomfree, what has been your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge, like I said, I've already said it before, is funding. We need funding.
Is it really funding?
Yes, it's funding, because now we have the groundwork. We've done the work. We've established these sectors and they are growing. They are growing. From 1, we have multiplied to 2. From 2, multiplied to 3. We started with 1 dog. From 1 dog, we brought in another, like that. You get, so now you see Bloomfree Canal and Farms. If you go to, you've seen our animals in different subsidiaries.
I had a look of.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I want to ask you now, between business and employment, which would you choose?
Business.
Between profit and growth, which would you choose?
Which one is profit and growth?
Like between to make profits immediately in your business and to just grow, what would you choose? Or have your business grow, like expand?
Paraphrase.
This is your business and you start this bottling company. Between start making 1 million sales now and for your business expand, like probably have branches, get new machines, materials, what would you choose?
Who know like that? Does that answer your question?
No, it does not answer my question.
Okay,
It does not answer your question.
Okay, for me now,
Yes.
I've already built the foundation. The Bible says if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? I have the foundation. So if I get the funding now, from where I am now, it's going to be like, so I need that push.
I want you to choose one side. Do you want to make profit or you want your business to grow?
I want my business to grow. And
why?
And as it is growing, I'm making profits.
This guy, you hold everything. All right, another one. So between funding or customers, which one would you prefer? To get a funding for your business or to get somebody who's ready to patronize you with enough money, what would you prefer?
Customers. If the funding is going to come through customers, I've seen people who just come and sell me your business idea, like big men, not these billionaires in dollars. They just come and they just like, that's why I say, be ready, be prepared. I always tell people to be prepared. You don't know who you're going to meet. Like somebody met Nas Boy and he was like, Baba, give me one future, give me one. And I was like, okay, let's hear you. Played out this thing. And even me that was watching the video, I was very, very angry. Like, what do you call that? Your friends, they advise you. You're going into music and this is what you're selling to a top artist. Even
somebody
me.
wants to liberate from this.
Even me. And at the end of the day, Nas Boy had to tell me, like, guy, move, you're not ready.
Yeah.
You get. So I tell people, be prepared. And if you're prepared, when the opportunity comes, you eat it big. So back to your question. If I meet a billionaire now, I'm going to sell my business idea to him, and I expect him to like I'm bringing in cars.
Let me rephrase.
Okay.
Let's assume I'm Tony Elumelu seated here. Oh, money. And then I now ask you a question and say, should I give you money in your business or should I patronize you? What would you want?
Since you're Tony Elumelu now,
yeah.
Bloomfree has up to 7 subsidiaries, and those 7 subsidiaries are going to solve problems Tony Elumelu is having. Things he's doing, he needs every day. He needs cars. We do cars. He needs security dogs. We do.
What do you want from him?
That's what I'm saying. He needs to patronize me in all sectors.
So you want him to patronize you? That just say, take this $1,000 and go.
Help. He wants to help him. Let him patronize me. If I'm having somebody like Tony Elumelu as my customer, it has already boosted my business, because when he's going to buy, he's not going to buy one. He's not going to buy 2. He's going to buy, considering the many people that are behind him. So as he's buying, if he's buying for his company, let's take for instance, he's buying cars for UBA. Is he going to be buying 10 cars? No, he's going to be buying cars for
100 about feet of cars.
So now, if he's going to support my business with 10 million, which he does through his business grant, he has
the Tony Elumelu Foundation.
Yes, through Tony Elumelu Foundation. Now he's going to take this $10,000. But now, if he wants to patronize my business, which is going to elevate my business, he's not going to give me $10,000.
Yes,
we're looking at 500. You get
life don't change.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, so I'll ask you one more fireside question before we wrap it up for this session. Let's assume everything is taken from you now, and you're giving 100,000 naira. What business would you go into to start all over again?
I'll sell pure water. I've sold it before. Like I told you, I've done there's no business I've done
with 100,000. We just say
I'll sell water.
No Bloomfree, no this, no just take 100K.
I'll start with pure water everywhere. And now when I say I'll start with pure water, I'll start in the university where young people are. See, leave pride. People who sell pure water, back then when I was selling pure water, you go with one bag, you flip it. By the time you're done, you'll be able to buy like 2 or 3 bags.
That's about 20 pieces, about 24 inside.
Yes, 20.
Okay, 20.
20. You go again. Your ability to go over and over again, from there you turn into a supplier who supplies pure water. So if I have 100,000 and everything is taken from me, I'll start selling water. There's one person I respect back in our university days. He used to carry buckets to sell, I think, akara, and he sings, he raps. I don't know if you know that, you've seen that guy, but leave pride. go.
Shameless market.
Yes. And me, I've done it before, so I can do. See, I don't. I will go to Alpha, bro. Alpha.
I dey sell this thing.
No, not I said there is. You see that fish pie? I have my own back then. Yes, so I can go back and I'll meet people.
Okay.
So selling pure water, you look at it that it's in the pure water, but everybody needs water. At one point in time, even in your class, when you're doing class, when you calculate the distance for you to walk down outside, just imagine that somebody is selling pure water and he's doing it in collaboration with all the cost rep. He has somebody, a cooler in every class where you can just buy and put the money inside, and the cost rep guy, his idea. So with 100,000, I can be able to do like, let's say, let's say I just focus on 10,000. I can do like 10 classes. That is 100K. I'll buy a cooler, get the water, maybe some hot water. Yes, and now, because of the way I'm planning it, I'm going about it. When I buy one, I can be able to collect like 3, 4 from my supplier and come to that class. And before you know, at the end of the day, like I said, everybody needs water. Without water, even the lecturers, they'll buy. By the time they calculate the distance, most departments, most faculties, they don't have canteen inside where you can buy these things. You have to walk outside. So when you calculate this, so I've answered your question.
Wow, you just sold out $1 million business to somebody now. I think I'm just going to that business. I'll just have one cooler, write it T-Sport. I'll sell water, just water, and trust me, I'll be like Tony Elumelu. So one more one to wrap it up. How were you able? Because from my study about you, I understood that while you were still a student, you were one time SUG President of Federal University Otuoke, and then while you were still a student, you were doing business. How were you able to balance business and academics? A lot of students out there having that problem. What's the thin line? How did you take these two together and still graduate even without carryovers, graduate with a good grade? How did you balance this? What was the relationship between business and academics for you?
It's not easy, I'm not going to lie. I was, in a way, I would say, I was lucky because at that stage, that was where I met my wife.
Oh,
year one. So she was very supportive in handling the business.
Yeah.
That's why I say trust. Because if now you are being punished and you get wrong staff, you're going to suffer. For me, she was there and she was checkmating the staff to make sure things was going. While me, I was doing greatest boo-boo. Because now, mind you, I was not a politician. If you go down and check my bio, you see, I was not a politician. The reason why I decided to even do politics was because I wanted to solve a problem the student community was facing. And I'm not that kind of person that will just sit down and say, this government is bad, this government is bad. I want to be part of those that say, okay, this is the solution. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. And by the grace of God, God helping me and with my strategies, I was able to create a change in the student community. So Madam was there to help me, trusted staff. Who if you give even if customer pay over, you'll be able to come back and say so person pay over, and we'll reach out to the person and say, you pay over, you get, and it's like you get those guys. That's what I'm talking about. Although you're still in every 12, you get a Judas. So the Judas will still be there, but putting your eye down and looking, so you'll be able to separate the shafts from the wheat, the wolves from the sheep. So you don't get a wolf in sheep clothing, and when you get one, you just beg and say, I beg, with all due respect, please, we don't need you in our company here. Because you're not serious. And we need only serious people who are going to build. Because at this stage, we are not the multinational companies. We need people who build with us. Yes. So that was it for me.
Okay, so you had it. He was able to strike the balance, and then he found his wife who stood in the gap. Now, I want to ask you again, let's remove the wife factor. Some of us are single men, some people are taking, some people will soon get married, some people don't have plans of getting married. So what about those persons who don't have that madam factor, that relationship factor with their spouse to complement them? What should they do to balance academics and business?
Be intentional. Know what you want. Have a to-do list. Don't just wake up in the morning and start living life. Have a to-do list. I wake up in the morning, this is what I will do. I will checkmate this. Even before coming here, I have to go to my farm, checkmate my animals. The ones I'm mating for the grass croppers, for the rabbits, I check them, the kids. check how they are doing.
Yeah.
Because the moment, even those trusted staff, the moment you come on your eye like this, it is human beings.
Yeah,
So,
maybe
it's
they
human.
will rest or
Yes, and that
look at-
moment can make things go wrong. So
Yeah.
your ability to be intentional about this thing, I want this thing to work.
yeah.
When you're chasing a girl, let me use the girl now. You're chasing a girl.
Mm,
This girl, you like her,
mm.
and she tell you no, you go come back out.
Be like, oh,
You go back out.
I will rest.
Okay, because now that is like 90% of men I know will not back out.
Yes,
They will still chase.
They would
Now
follow.
let me leave that one aside. If person promise you money, say I'll send you money,
Mm.
you go forget to remind them.
Never.
You'll be
never.
intentional. Okay.
I'm a big there at your doorstep.
Now you'll be intentional about reminding that person. That is that intentionality you need to input in that business.
Yeah.
You need to be intentional about every detail, down to the grassroots, down to like you need to be checkmating everything.
And then still feeling the academic.
Yes.
Probably
So the intentionality
a scale of preference.
I was just sleeping only 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours a day.
We will like sleep, uncle.
No, you're not intentional. You don't want to grow.
Okay.
I'm sleeping 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours stops. My phone will do bring, and I used to keep it by my head. So once the alarm rings, I have to wake up.
Mm.
Even now, I sleep only 2-3 hours. If I want to sleep a whole, they say 8 hours. That's waste of time because I have to. And now I'm in school, so I have to read. And my department, Economics and Development Studies, go and ask. That's from 2019 to 2023 to 223, but because of
24.
COVID to 24.
Yeah.
Go and ask about the lecturers we had then. I don't know of now. They are very, very sweet. When I say sweet, they are very strict. When I wanted to contest for SUG President, I went to consult my lecturers. You know the first thing they told me? Can you balance academics and politics?
Yes.
They did not even ask of my business. So they were, can you balance academics and politics? I say yes. Say, because we're not going to cut you favors. That's why I'm telling you now. If you know you can't balance it, just leave the politics and focus on your studies. And now, in my class, they have this habit of 001 is excellency. Come and lead by example. So I always sit at the front.
So there was no chance
to imagine if I don't read. What am I going to write? So that's why I was sleeping 2 hours to 3 hours every day. And I was setting alarm.
While he was sleeping all these things, he had more than me. That means now I was sleeping for only 30 minutes. As I just say like this, I'll just be active and you understand. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Saturday Imomotimi Charles. Thank you for being on this session with us. Thank you for sharing your personal experiences. And thank you for also giving us the content rights to share it out to the audience who are also watching right now. And subsequently, we'll be having you in sessions to come and talk to us about business strategies, how to grow in the entrepreneurship sector, how to do a lot. But I would like to recap to the audience, things to take away from this podcast is this: consistency is everything. Make sure you're solving a problem. You have money, you solve a problem. And also, don't forget that money is not really a problem. Work with what is in your hands and do what is in your hands, and it's definitely going to
Don't forget to add, remember, life is difficult. If you know that alone, you'd not be reluctant.
Yeah.
Me, I already knew that life was difficult. So I mean, I'm going to go sleep 8 hours. Now, person don't say life is difficult. Now I'm going to go sleep 8 hours now. Because maybe you feel life is a bed of roses. Life ain't a bed of roses. So life is difficult. If you're able to wrap that, put it in your head any day you wake up, life is difficult. I need to make it work.
Okay, so don't forget, life is difficult.
Yeah.
Put in a whole lot of energy, and success is not just going to be your limits, but your stepping stone. So I'd like to ask you, before we leave the studio right now, tell us what's your favorite quote?
I just said it.
Life is difficult.
Yes.
My guy, hustle.
And to add to it, like I said, to add to it, that life is difficult. If you know that life is difficult, to add to that quote.
Yes.
My grandma told my mom, and my mom told me.
You.
And she used to say it in a jar.
So you say it in a jar and then
no, I'm not saying it in a jar. I beg.
No, please.
I hear everything in a jar and I just speak a few.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it in the way you easily understand it. A good name is 100% better than gold and silver. That's it. And now, remember, the reason why Baton had to call me, because he had other staffs. He could just call one of them. He had senior staffs. I was the least amongst all the staff.
Yeah.
The reason why Benson could call me and say, "You come, I want to give you this
Business
in so for you to pay me." He was even the one that devised the payment strategy. I was confused. I said, sir, I want
So
to
that
pay.
it's going to be fair for you.
Yes, I want to get money to buy this business from you to start. And he was able to like, no, don't worry, relax. This is how we do it. You just raise a capital, how much you can raise now, pay me then. The other ones, as you work, you pay me monthly. It was because I had a good name. Do you know that it was robbed in that shop while I was writing my egg? It was robbed. One night we came and all the games, everything was gone. They stole everything. Do you know what happened? His brother went to bring police. And when the police came down there, I'm heading somewhere. A good name is better than gold and what? Silver. Be humble. Work on that. When the police came, they were now like, who is the person you gave key last? Who was with the key before today when this thing happened? They said it's Charles. No, they say it's Timmy. And now, many people don't know me as Timmy Imomotimi. They know me as Charles.
There.
Yes. So it was like, it's Imomotimi. So it was like, we need to go and search the house of what? Imomotimi is our number one suspect because the keys were not broken.
It was opened.
Yes.
It was not a forceful entry.
Yes, it was not a forceful entry. So they were like, we need to search him as our number one suspect. So he now told them that no, it can't be what? Imomotimi. Are you getting it? It can't be what? Imomotimi. His brother was arguing with him and whatever they were dragging up and down. He said, okay, police too were badging and said, no, let's go. We are trying to solve this and you're the one protecting. Don't be deceived though. Human beings are desperately evil. So they marched down to our compound. Then they saw my mom and they were like, now the police, because the small community, they recognize that. So they were like,
Mama, now you?
Mama, now you. Did you any picking where the answer Imomotimi? She laughed. She now told that Charles is Imomotimi. The police now say, oh, let's go back. Charles can't be the one we are looking for.
Wow.
Do you know why? Because I have been doing business with all of them. They are my customers. I sell phones to them, so they know me very well.
Wow. So you can see the nuggets from that.
So they have to just turn back from there and say, no. Say, no, it can't be him. No, Charles. No, we don't know. If we don't say Charles Imomotimi, we don't even come here. Let's go. And at the end of the day, do you know what they discovered? The person, in every store like this, there's one they used to open center that you can pass through to the other ones.
Yeah.
So now what the person did was to get the keys of the center store and pass through there and come into our own. So they now traced and they now arrested the owner of that store. They were able to get who collected his key. And that was how the whole issue was solved. So if I did not have a good name now, and I was not diligent, I did not have integrity.
I've been behind bars.
I would have been there. And
that being behind bars is not something you should be. You should not be there. All right. So you can see from the moral lesson of this story is value. Solve a problem. Be a good person. Make sure you're a valuable person. And thank you so much for staying with us up until this moment. This is Aletheia. My name is Aletheia and I am your host. And see you in the next episode. Next episode, we're talking about entertainment extravaganza. We're talking about politics and a whole lot of real stories with real conversations and also with real people. Thank you. This is Aletheia. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Gracias.